this is a doozy.
I don't know what Arturas Karstanovas, the general manager of the Chicago Bulls, is doing, but he has sent all defense, one of the arguably the second best defensive guard in the entire NBA, and Alex Caruso to Oklahoma City Thunder for what apparently is straight up right now for Josh Giddey.
Like, you're talking about one of the best 3-and-D guys in the NBA.
Hands down.
Two-time all defensive NBA with the Chicago Bulls, and a lights out knockdown 3-point shooter. I cannot fathom if Oklahoma City stays the way they are right now, stays their course that they're on right now, how good that team will be defensively. Think of the lineup you could roll out there with SGA, Alex Caruso, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. And then the bevy of picks that they have coming up in the next handful of drafts where, oh, by the way, that 2025 loaded draft, yeah, they're going to be stocked there too. What I can't understand is why Chicago is doing this. I can't wrap my head around this just being a player-for-player draft.
No, there has to be picks because Josh Giddey got played off the floor.
Josh Giddey got played off the floor in the playoffs this year. Off the court, remember, you have the statutory rape situation at the beginning of this season that they just kind of like were like, God, nothing to see here.
Can't find any actual. The family isn't cooperating, so yeah, it just wasn't a great situation.
No, and
that's beyond the basketball
on
stuff,
the floor and off the floor. It is a lopsided trade. Now, in fairness,
Caruso's
to the
older.
legal system, Caruso is older and was popped. Remember, for having marijuana going through the College Station, Texas airport. Remember that? When he got arrested for having marijuana on him?
Marijuana?
Like, I think the last person in the NBA to get popped for that. Like,
before they stopped carrying.
Ever. Because he was in College Station, Texas.
It's also not in the CBA anymore.
But I can't understand why, from Chicago's standpoint, this would be a deal that you make.
Look, I get it. Giddey's younger. He's about to be 22. He's 6'8", and like you're I guess you're swinging, quote unquote, on upside.
But in on that note, Chicago is saying we're not going to be playing for this year. We're playing for next year's draft.
Well, they just said that they wanted to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're not going to be.
That's the thing is, like, I don't understand it. Like, picking a direction is fine, and that part isn't bothering me here. But they could have had multiple picks for Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
Is this a case of like you held on to a guy too long? Because I don't think that's necessarily the case, because I haven't seen my phone has not stopped going off since this trade went out with there's got to be picks. There's got to be picks. There's got to, like, every single person I'm talking to in the NBA world right now is saying there is no way in hell that this was a straight up deal.
Okay. This is their current situation. They have their own first round pick in 2025. They have the Miami Heat's lottery protected first round pick in 2025. They have Philly's 1 through 6 protected pick in 2025. And they have Utah's top 10 protected pick in 2025. Oh, by the way, they have a pick swap with Houston or LA in next year's draft as well. They have,
like, how are the Thunder not giving up picks here?
They have 4 picks in the most loaded draft in the first round. They have 4 first-round picks in the most loaded draft in recent memory, is what this 2025 class is being chalked up as. And, oh, by the way, they just go player for player, Caruso for Giddey, and they improve their 2024 lot in life.
Look, if you take a look at Giddey, and I'm not going to crap on him entirely. He's a great creator and passer. Like, if you look at him according to Cleaning the Glass, his assist percentage as a wing or a forward has been in the 100th percentile, 100th percentile, and 96th percentile.
Okay. I will counter to that with he has also been playing alongside Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was an MVP candidate this past year. Also, the emergence that we've seen of Jalen Williams. And then Chet Holmgren, throw ball towards rim, he dunk ball.
But, again, Giddey is a great passer and creator. There's no doubt about that. His points per shot attempt, the last 3 years, 8th percentile, 29th percentile, 34th percentile.
Those are bad numbers.
He cannot shoot.
Yeah, those are bad numbers for you.
And he won't shoot. That's actually it is actually a worse problem to have a guy that won't shoot, that needs to, than to have a guy who will shoot who's a poor shooter. Mathematically, it is I am absolutely flabbergasted at this deal. I cannot wrap my brain around it because this does not make any sense at all.
It's crazy pills.
It makes sense for Oklahoma City. They can
All
now,
the sense in the world. If they keep Lou Dort, they're going to be the best defense. Think about
they saw Boston with Giroux and Derek White, and they said, "Oh, want to bet?
Which backcourt can attack that in the NBA?
You're not
Caruso, who can be your on-ball
or off
point guard defender, and then you have
Lou Dort,
the torture chamber,
and you also have Case and Wallace.
Golly,
and to be fair, Shea's a good defender.
Yeah.
Led the NBA in steals. Like, yeah, does he get burnt every now and then because he gambles? Yes, but he also led the NBA in steals.
Man. Sam Presti does it again.
God, man.
And look,
does he have blackmail?
When Arturo was brought over from Denver to Chicago, it was, hey, he was part of the brain trust along with, Minnesota's front office.
Yeah, Tim Connolly.
That was, hey, these guys, evaluation of talent, building for the future, this is what they do the best. And in the wake of Garpax in Chicago, it was they were so dysfunctional and so stuck in the old times that they couldn't ever evolve and move forward. And they were like, hey, we got somebody who understands modern basketball now.
They valued Chris Dunn.
This trade? No.
In the Jimmy Butler trade. That was the gem. And they took Lowry because he was 8th on the draft board that year. Because they weren't planning on picking there.
Crazy.
It's absolutely unhinged stuff. But I don't like Lonzo Ball. I don't think he's ever going to play again. I think his ankles are completely fried. His ankles, knees, everything is just done. It's just he has the same issue that Brandon Roy had in his knee, and you look at his brother with LaMelo, and his ankles are cooked. So they do need help on the playmaking stand front. But straight up for Giddey, knowing that Oklahoma City has all those picks,
wouldn't do it.
And the thing about Arturas Karstanovas, the GM for the Bulls, is that he's Lithuanian, which has kind of tied him to Modest Buzelis and them possibly moving up in the draft. Like, why didn't you get something here? Or at bare minimum, how did you not get the pick right after yours? Like, you're picking, the Bulls are picking 11th. OKC's 12th. Like, how did you not at least get that?
It will be interesting to see if, like, maybe it's like by the way,
they also got the 12th pick in the draft.
We got the 12th pick in the
draft. Which, it's still a kick in the teeth, but I think you could pair 11 and 12 and move up and probably go get Buzelis if you wanted him.
Absolutely.
But, like, that's straight across, player for player.
No, that ain't it, boss.
Wow.